Alright there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is another list video, and it's going to be my top 5 favourite Dragon Ball games of all time. Right, coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. I'd already played Budokai 1 and 2 very early into gaming in general, but never played the third game until 2014, and my god, the story, so many different characters have their own story mode, which is awesome. As you progress through their stories, you pick up their signature attacks, their transformations if they have any. The World Tournament mode is just as good, is always as good as I remember it from the other games. And it's got quite a lot of content in there for a game that came out in 2004. But it's still a great experience, and if you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360, pick up the Budokai HD collection and play Budokai 3. It's a great game. Now, coming in at the number 4 spot is Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. Raging Blast 2 is the only Dragon Ball game, I think, that exists that has the playable character Tarbell, Vegeta's brother. I think that's the only game where you can play as him. It's also only one of the few Dragon Ball games where you can play as androids 14 and 15 from the Super Android 13 movie. Those two were very, very underused characters in the games, and that's in most games. Hell, neither of them appear in Xenoverse 1 or 2, and Android 13 has only just appeared in Xenoverse 2 as a DLC character. But Raging Blast 2 has a massive character roster, including all 3 of Cooler's henchmen. It also brings something that everybody wishes they could see, but we'll never get to see: Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. And because the developers of Raging Blast 2 were feeling like, let's just throw in Super Saiyan 3 Broly for the lols, and they did. So Super Saiyan 3 Broly and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta are part of the game. And the game also doesn't really have a story mode. It has this thing called Galaxy Mode, where you play as every single character has their own version of Galaxy Mode, and basically just a sequence of fights. And the more fights you complete for specific characters, help you unlock other characters later on. Such as doing Frieza unlocks Cooler, and then doing Cooler unlocks Meta Cooler. I think unlocking Frieza gives you Mecha Frieza, and doing Mecha Frieza gives you Cooler, and doing Cooler gives you Meta Cooler. So yeah, Raging Blast 2 has great controls, great tournament mode, and it's easy to pick up and play. And I only played online against randoms once, and I got my ass kicked. Alright, now on to number 3 spot. Coming in at number 3 is the original Dragon Ball Xenoverse, the first one. Xenoverse 1 got me so hyped that I actually pre-ordered it, and it stands as one of the only 3 games I've ever purchased on its release date, or been able to play on its release date. Xenoverse 1 gave you a create your own character. Well, you had to play as your own character throughout the story as you were a time patroller, because the Dragon Ball timeline was being messed around with by Mira, Toa, and later on Demigra, who I thought were a useless character because he didn't come back in Xenoverse 2, so we only saw him once. But the game did have a lot of issues. The few issues are the AI loved to spam normal key blasts at you, and if one hits you, you're gonna get hit by at least 3 more. And Super Saiyan giving you infinite ki. So whenever you had to do a parallel quest where you fought Super Saiyan Goku, Gohan, and Goten all at the same time, they spam their ultimates like crazy. Literally, Goku spams his, does his, then Gohan does his, then Goten does his, and then Goku does his again. They just keep spamming through. But the creator of your own character was awesome. The fact that you could play as a Margin, an Namekian, a human Saiyan, or even part of Frieza's race, which, as you all know, I personally love. That's how Lord Coolest was made. Xenoverse 2 story is so refreshing though, giving you a few what-if scenarios, such as what if Piccolo's special beam cannon only killed Goku, and Raditz killed Piccolo? Or what if Ginyu body changed with Vegeta instead of Goku? Or even, what if Cell achieved his perfect form in the future? Something in the actual show he didn't. Yeah, and with 55 parallel quests to give you all sorts of gear, moves, and all that, and the fact there were mentors where you trained with them. You did 3 training sessions with your mentor, got one of their signature attacks, and then your final training session with that mentor gave you their ultimate attack. And if they were your mentor, when you use that ultimate attack, sometimes they would do something called a Z boost, where a silhouette of them appears over your character, and that attack does increased damage, which is awesome. So yeah, Xenoverse 1, great game, but if you play Xenoverse 2 and then you play Xenoverse 1 again, you'll realize that Xenoverse 1 is actually terrible now. Literally, I don't like it anymore. It's actually not that. I still like it more than Mission Pass 2 and Budokai 3, but it's actually quite bad now. Okay, coming in at the number 2 spot is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. Wait for it. Not Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Budokai Tenkaichi 2. I've never played BT3, so I can't put it on the list because it's never been played. Budokai Tenkaichi 2 has one of the highest character rosters in Dragon Ball Z games. BT3 of course has the highest, but BT2 still has a high character roster, which includes people like Emperor Pilaf's robotic machine, like people you've never expect to see. Hyrudigon is a playable character. Janemba's giant yellow form is a playable character. So yeah, Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Now, I actually played it on the Nintendo Wii, so I actually had quite a difficult time learning all the ultimate attacks and all the special attacks first. But I 100% of the story mode, collected every single character, even including Grandpa Gohan of all people. And it had one of the greatest stories a Dragon Ball game has ever had of what I've seen. Just kicking ass with so many different characters with all your different movesets is so great. The tournament mode is very difficult, but fun at the same time. And yeah. Budokai Tenkaichi 2 comes in at number 2. Now, just before we get to the number 1 spot, which if you haven't figured it out yet, is the only game I've already mentioned this game in this video already, so you should know what it is. But the games we're going to put on the honorable mentions list are Shin Budokai for the PSP, Burst Limit, Budokai 1, Raging Blast 1, and Battle of Z. Those 5 games were brilliant games. Okay, Battle of Z was a bit of a train wreck, but when you have a team of 4 players and you're all and you're all like good characters and you're high ranked and you're high level characters and you're good and you've got 4 good players, including yourself, it's actually quite enjoyable. Like, really, really fun. But if you don't have 4 great characters, it can be a pain in the ass. Which is why Battle of Z does make it onto the honorable mentions, but not onto the full list. Shin Budokai and Burst Limit are very, very similar games. Just one's on the PS3 and one's on the PSP. Budokai 1 was the first ever Dragon Ball game I played, Dragon Ball Z game I ever played. But, so you'd think it would be on this list, but it's not. Now, the honorable mention, time to get into the numbers one. My number 1 spot for my favourite Dragon Ball video game of all time, and just so you know, Dragon Ball Fighters has not released yet, so that can't be on the list, as it doesn't, as in, no one has actually played the full game yet. But don't worry, on the 14th and 15th of January, I will have a live stream on the Saturday and Sunday, and a live stream on the Monday for the Dragon Ball Fighters Open Beta. I can't wait for that. Alright, now coming in at the number 1 spot is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 was a game I was even more hyped for than Xenoverse 1, but didn't get it on its release date. Xenoverse 2 unfortunately didn't add any new races to the Create Your Character section, but I was always going to choose the Frieza race anyway, as they improved by giving every single race a transformation now. The Namekians became giant, the humans got the Nimbus Cloud, the Martians became Kid Buu, and the Frieza race had the golden form, which was badass. So of course I picked the Frieza race, as you know, with Lord Coolest, which is how this channel began. And the golden form I secured quite easily from Frieza himself. Now the story follows from Z all the way through Z again, and the first 2 arcs of Dragon Ball Super, the Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F arc. And of course they had more what ifs, such as what if Cooler was revived along with Frieza at Resurrection F. That's just to name one. And unfortunately I never bought any of the DLC, which I really wish I could get some DLC, because I really, really want to play as Goku Black. Especially with the suit, especially as he has the Super Saiyan Rose form. But Xenoverse 2 improved on the original game's story, more customizationable options, more attacks, more mentors, more bigger hub world, more events in the hub world to do. He just added everything on, which is why Xenoverse 2 comes in at number 1. And of course Xenoverse 2 has spawned up my longest running series on the channel. As you guys know, Xenoverse 2 Fights, as we currently have 28 episodes of that series. From the 22nd of September to now, it's still ongoing. But that is it for my top 5 Dragon Ball video games list. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, punch that like button in the face. Don't forget to blast the subscribe button. Follow me on my social medias, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.